a climate crisis. Sinkhole at Mar-a-Lago. Ahem. Sinkhole at Mar-a-Lago.
Thank you. I'm here today representing a community of over 1,500 veterans and national security experts who are opposed to this decision. It's okay. It was my great honor to serve the United States in uniform as an Army officer in Iraq and Afghanistan. I've spent most of my career devoted to the national security of the United States. Since 1945, this country has led the world in facing collective action threats around the world that no one nation can face alone. Pandemic disease, the spread of nuclear weapons, and through this agreement, climate change. A threat the Pentagon recognizes as a threat multiplier, as an accelerant of instability, one of the great national security threats of the 21st century. A threat that respects no boundary but the atmosphere itself. Paris was a towering achievement of American diplomacy and global leadership. And now we have chosen to join a tiny handful of countries like Nicaragua and Syria in standing apart from the world. This is a decision that cedes the leadership of the 21st century to countries like China, to our economic competitors, that will have no benefit for the American working class and the American economy. Every human being on earth lost today, but no one lost more than the American people. We will fall behind in the race for the 21st century because of this short-sighted, non-strategic decision by this White House. We cannot allow it to stand. So I'm here for my daughter. I'm here for the American people. I'm here for every veteran who has come home and found a job in the clean energy industry, who is proudly building the 21st century economy, putting up the wind farms and the solar farms that are going to be the future of this country, of our energy independence and our economic revitalization. We have got to fight back against this choice. It is against the strategic interests of the United States. It will harm our national security, and it is ultimately a threat to every human being on earth. Thank you.
Chairman of the Democratic National Committee, he is Tom Perez. Give it up for Tom.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're spending too much time at Lafayette Park because this president is spending too much time turning back the clock on American values. And that is why we will continue to come back to Lafayette Park. I come to you not simply as the chair of the Democratic Party. I come to you as your former Labor Secretary of the United States. We were about job creation in the Obama administration, and clean energy is the future of job creation in the United States of America. It is a $6 trillion industry by the year 2030. $6 trillion. We have a president who just negotiated the worst business deal of his life. And this is the business president.
Rising tides and temperatures as fake news. You know what? We shouldn't have to wait until Mar-a-Lago goes underwater before this president starts understanding climate change. We understand as Democrats that climate change is a threat to our country, it's a threat to our world. And that is why I am here today to say to you that the Democratic Party stands firmly in favor of a clean energy economy. We stand behind the American workers who are benefiting from the focus on the future. This is an environmental disaster. This is an economic disaster. This is a moral disaster. This is a public health disaster. This is an abdication of leadership. And you know what we will do? We will make sure that people who support this president, others in Congress, others in state legislatures, that they pay for this at the ballot box. That's what we will do. So I say to you today, my friends, this is one storm that we cannot wait out. Climate change, as you know, is real. The earth is round. water is wet, and the American people will not forget what happened on Election Day in Virginia, in New Jersey, in Maryland, and all across these great United States of America. We must lead. We must lead, we can lead, and we will lead, but only with grassroots activism from folks right here on Lafayette Park and all the way across the country. That's how we will take America back. Si se puede. I am confident. Si se puede. Si se puede. Si se puede. You know what? On Election Day, you know what we will be saying? Another saying in Spanish. It's called logramos. That means we did it. Today, si se puede. On Election Day, logramos. But today, si se puede. On Election Day, logramos. Today, si se puede. On Election Day, logramos. Today, si se puede. On Election Day, logramos. That's what we have to do. And I'm here to tell you that we will be in this foxhole for as long as necessary to get this person out of the White House and to elect people who understand the importance of climate to our economy. Thank you very much.
Oh, she told me I could stand, but maybe not. I'll take it down. Let him hear you inside there! Make some noise! In these gates with my head held high every day, so proud to work for a real leader, to work for a man who understood that climate change is a problem that the entire world needs to address. Leadership means coming together to address it together. So the only silver lining we have from today is that there are no more questions, there's no benefit of the doubt, there's no less bad alternative, there's no hoping Ivanka is going to save the day. We know the answer now. We know what his moral decision is. The battle lines have been drawn, and every progressive in this country needs to do exactly what Tom Perez said. Every politician from here on out needs to answer, do you stand with the Paris Agreement and protecting the future of our children? Or do you stand with an antiquated past that no one understands why you would do? I'm sure many of you feel the way I do today. Sad, a little heartbroken. But that's all right, because we have leaders like Tom Perez, we have leaders like all of you across this country that will make sure that this day goes down in infamy, and all of those people with Donald Trump today, notice who was there, Competitive Enterprise Institute, Heritage Foundation, no CEOs of major companies, today will go down as their mugshot in the history books, and shame on them.
Thank you, Christy. Goldfuss.
What they were doing was building a model for how they're going to suppress civil disobedience across this land. It's coming your way. Get prepared for it. We're the canaries in the mine.
It's my pleasure to introduce the Reverend Jimmie Hawkins, who's from the Office of the Public Witness for the Presbyterian Church. Reverend!
I simply came here today to say that the Bible begins with these words. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. How many people of faith do we have out here today? At 3:30, President Trump removed the United States from the Paris Climate Accord. And in that statement, as Perez said, he said, well, we're standing for Pittsburgh and against Paris. Well, I came here simply today to say, President, you don't have to choose between Pittsburgh and Paris. That today, Presbyterians, Today, Presbyterians stand with Perez. Today, Episcopalians stand with Perez. Today, Buddhists stand with Perez. Today, Jewish community stands with Perez. Today, people from all aspects of our faith, we stand with Perez. And today, we're going to lift our voices. And I simply want to say to you today, don't go home, because this is not over yet. Keep marching, keep praying, keep protesting, keep standing up for Perez. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce Kerene Tayloe, who's from We Act for Environmental Justice. Kerene!
Hey, they tried to kick us out, but we're saying move, Trump, get out the way. Move, Trump, get out the way. Move, Trump, get out the way. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's great. My name's Kerene Tayloe. I work for We Act for Environmental Justice. We represent communities that are struggling to breathe clean air. We don't need any more fossil fuels. We don't need any more coal-powered plants. We need clean air. We need green jobs for our communities. Exiting the Paris Agreement confirms what we already know. Trump is turning his back on the 70% of Americans who favor the Paris Agreement, and they believe that climate change is a real threat. He says that this decision is protecting America. No. But you know what this decision does? It fattens the pockets of his family. It fattens the pockets of dirty polluters, and it fattens the pockets of Russia. We know what this is about. Exiting the Paris Agreement does not make America great again. It is bad for jobs. 5 times more jobs through clean energy opportunities than through fossil fuels. 5 times more. This decision is bad for global energy leadership. Close to 200 companies agree. But Trump and Russia have decided that this is a bad idea. This is bad for the public health of all Americans, our environment, and our climate. But we are united now more than ever. Our collective power increases every day. Young people, indigenous people, black people, transgender people are uniting today more than they ever have to say no. To say no to this. This decision, Scott Pruitt at the EPA. The EPA no longer is for protecting the environment, it's for polluting the environment. Environmental justice communities are pushing back. We will not stand for this. We will not stand for this. So when our earth is under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. When our clean air is under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. When communities like Flint, Michigan are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. Don't go home. Don't give in. Fight back. This is what we do. This is the most we've been protesting. You stay, you fight, you march, you advocate, organize. Fight. We can do it. We must do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kerene!
Here in Maryland and Virginia as well. And thank you so much. I really appreciate this. It's beautiful. This is absolutely black. Shut Trump down! 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 When I say today, who are suffering from heat exhaustion, farm workers, laborers, he doesn't care. So today was a bad day. It was a bad day for Nicaragua.
We don't want your climate denial. President Trump, you're so vile. We don't want your climate denial. President Trump, you're so vile. We don't want your climate denial. And my answer is pretty clear. He's a puppet of the polluters. Why is Trump doing this? He's a puppet of the polluters. Why is Trump doing this? He's a puppet of the polluters. One more time. Why is Trump doing this? He's a puppet of the polluters. That's right, they do.
As Catholics, we now ask, would our president really sacrifice the potential of short-term economic gain for long-term planetary and U.S. stability? As Catholics, we now ask, does the president not know that climate change unjustly and disproportionately...
Trump and fight for Perez! What a loser! So embarrassed! Fire Trump and fight for Perez!
And once we've taken back the House and the Senate, and once our subpoena power has gotten to the bottom of exactly how this guy got into office, and whose money he took, and what his tax returns really say, and who he might have colluded with, once we've done all that, 2020 starts getting closer. Now you remember after this election, Van Jones said, we just experienced a white lash. Folks, it is time in 2020 to introduce a new term to the American political vocabulary. Green lash! Green lash! Green lash! Green lash! Green lash! Green lash! Because we are going to vote. What are we going to do? Vote! 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 And then we are going to re-enter the Paris Agreement, and we are going to come back in as though we never left, and we're going to fight for this planet. This day will be erased in history because we're going to stand up and fight back. What are we going to do? Stand up, fight back. Thank you.
That's how you take it down. Thank you, MoveOn.org. You heard it here. You're going to go out. We got a corporate campaign. You're going to tell Disney. You're going to tell all of them that we need them to step it up. We need these corporations to act and to leave the council that they've been participating in. We need them to actually stand up and fight back with us. And now we know that the real leadership is right here. It left the White House and the real leadership is right here in all of you. We need you to go. We need you to go put solar on your roofs. We need you to get active in your community. We need you to join the Ready for 100 campaign and push back on coal and oil in all of your communities. And most importantly, we need you to organize. And we need you to use love because this man here uses hate. And the best thing we can do, love Trump's hate. 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 That's right. And we need you to use the power of love and bring in all of your friends and all of your family into this movement because our lives depend on it and our children's lives depend on it. And we just want to say thank you so much for coming out today. I'll say on behalf of the Sierra Club and all of us here who've been speakers, thank you so much. Stay active. Thank you for coming.